The mystery of being chosen is a theme that resonates deeply within the soul. It challenges us to question our existence, our purpose, and to seek answers beyond what the eyes can see. Being chosen is not a badge of honor or a privilege reserved for a select few. It is, above all, a silent call that awakens in the hearts of those ready to listen. It is a reminder that life is not just about surviving but about serving, growing, and illuminating. Many imagine that being chosen is a recognition of superiority, but the truth is more subtle and far grander. It is a responsibility, an invitation to transcend the ego and embrace the role of serving the collective. Those who are chosen often do not immediately realize their role. The journey of the chosen is not revealed all at once. It is like a hidden trail in the forest, unfolding step by step, requiring courage, faith, and the willingness to move forward even when the final destination remains shrouded in mystery. What sets them apart is not the absence of doubt or flaws, but the persistence to walk the path, the ability to transform challenges into lessons and pain into wisdom. At the core of this calling lies purpose. Being chosen is not about being special but about being useful. It is a journey of discovery, focusing less on oneself and more on the impact one can have on the world. Each step taken toward purpose is an act of courage, as it means letting go of old certainties and embracing the unknown. Yet, in that surrender, the chosen find their strength. The life of the chosen is marked by a constant dance between the known and the unknown. There are moments of clarity, where the direction seems unmistakable, and moments of confusion, where everything appears to fall apart. Both are necessary, for it is in confusion that learning occurs, and in clarity that it is revealed. The beauty of the journey does not lie in the absence of difficulties but in the transformation that takes place by overcoming them. What does it mean, then, to be chosen? It means hearing the call and responding authentically. It is accepting that your life is not just your own but part of something much greater. It is walking with the awareness that every choice, every action, every moment has the potential to touch lives and shape the future. This journey, though unique to each individual, is also collective. In the end, the chosen do not walk alone. They are part of an invisible network, connected by a higher purpose that transcends time and space. The silent call is the starting point for the journey of the chosen. It does not come as a shout or a flash of light. Instead, it is a whisper, a subtle sensation that begins to echo in the heart. It is a restlessness, an inexplicable curiosity, a sense that there is more beyond what the eyes can see and the hands can touch. For some, it emerges as a burning desire for meaning, for others as a void that worldly accomplishments cannot fill. This call does not choose a perfect moment to manifest. It can arise in a moment of ecstasy when everything seems balanced, or during a period of deep pain when life seems to have lost its direction. The silent call does not respect conventions. It arrives when it is needed, not when it is convenient. It is the awakening of something greater, a spark that ignites the journey toward purpose. The heart is the doorway to hearing this call, but we are often too preoccupied to notice its initial whispers. We live in a world filled with noise, external expectations, and internal pressures that drown out the soul's gentle voice. But those who are chosen, even without fully understanding what is happening, begin to feel a shift. It is as if something is trying to communicate from a place beyond logic. They notice signs, small synchronicities that seem orchestrated by the universe. Perhaps it is an unexpected encounter, a phrase that resonates deeply, or an event that seems to open invisible doors. Answering this call is an act of free will. No one is forced to follow it. It is an invitation, never an imposition. There are those who hear the call and choose to ignore it, whether out of fear or resistance to the changes it demands. After all, accepting the call means stepping out of the comfort zone and embracing the unknown. But the chosen feel something different. They may even try to run, but the call is persistent. It does not fade. On the contrary, it grows stronger and more urgent, like a song that insists on being heard. Answering this call is an act of courage. It is a leap into the dark, a choice to trust in something greater, even without concrete evidence. And in that moment, by saying yes to the call, the journey truly begins. It is not an easy decision, but it is a liberating one. Because by accepting the call, the chosen align with the purpose for which they were created. They become part of a greater current, guided by wisdom that transcends understanding. The initial steps on this journey are marked by a sense of discovery. Everything seems to change: perceptions, priorities, and experiences. the chosen begin to notice that their lives no longer follow the same rhythm. Synchronicities become more frequent, doors open, and the universe seems to conspire in favor of their journey. But along with these blessings come challenges. Responding to the call is only the beginning. The true work is yet to come. Inner purification is an inevitable and transformative stage in the journey of the chosen. When the call is accepted, it not only illuminates the path ahead but also reveals the shadows that dwell within us. These shadows, composed of fears, attachments, limiting beliefs, and unresolved wounds, are like invisible chains that keep us tied to the past and prevent us from fully moving forward. The process of purification is the act of breaking free from these chains, of dissolving what no longer serves the journey. This process often begins with trials. The challenges that arise are not punishments but opportunities for transformation. They act as mirrors, reflecting the parts of us that need attention, healing, and renewal. Imagine a rough stone being polished. Each strike seems harsh and even cruel, but it is necessary to reveal the hidden brilliance within. Similarly, the trials remove the layers of ego, fear, and resistance that obscure our true essence. Letting go is the key to this purification. Releasing what no longer serves can be one of the most challenging acts of the journey. Our attachments, whether to thought patterns, toxic emotions, dysfunctional relationships, or old stories we tell ourselves, become part of our identity. Letting go is like giving up a piece of ourselves, but only through this act of detachment can we create space for something new. It is like the cycle of seasons. The leaves must fall for new ones to grow. Purifying oneself is also an act of courage, as it forces us to face parts of ourselves we would rather ignore. Painful memories, wrong choices, unsaid words, all that we have buried comes to the surface, demanding that we confront them with honesty and compassion. But in this confrontation lies healing. By facing our shadows, we discover that they do not hold the power we imagined. They are not monsters to fear but parts of ourselves that need to be integrated and transformed. This process does not happen all at once. It is gradual, occurring in cycles, with each layer removed taking us to a deeper level of clarity and alignment. There will be moments of discomfort, doubt, and even pain, but these moments are necessary for growth. They are the soil where the seeds of the new are planted. As the chosen advance through this process, they begin to feel an inner lightness. What once felt heavy dissolves, giving way to a sense of peace and freedom. With this freedom comes a deeper connection to the divine. When the clouds of fear and attachment are cleared, the inner light can shine brighter. This light is not just for oneself, it becomes a beacon for others, a living testament that transformation is possible. Purification is not an end in itself, it is a gateway to the next stage of the journey. It prepares the ground for spiritual gifts which have lain dormant to bloom. Through purification, the chosen becomes a clearer channel for divine grace, more aligned with their mission and better prepared to serve the collective. The flourishing of spiritual gifts is one of the most revealing stages in the journey of the chosen. These gifts, which have always been present, begin to emerge as the process of inner purification progresses. It is as if a layer of dust has been wiped from a mirror, allowing it to reflect light clearly. Each chosen individual carries unique abilities within them, specific to the purpose they are meant to fulfill. These gifts are not bestowed from outside. They have always been there, waiting for the right conditions to manifest. Recognizing these gifts can be a moment of profound discovery. They may first reveal themselves subtly, such as heightened intuition, a natural ability to heal, or an ease in guiding and inspiring others. For some, they manifest as artistic or creative talents that connect people to higher emotions. For others, they may appear as the ability to lead with compassion, to listen deeply, or to see beyond appearances. These gifts are as varied as the souls who possess them, and each is perfectly shaped for the mission of its bearer. As these gifts emerge, the chosen realizes they are more than mere skills. They are spiritual tools, channels of the divine meant to positively impact the world. However, for these gifts to reach their full potential, they must be developed. This requires practice, patience, and a deep commitment to learning. Like a seed that must be nurtured to grow, spiritual gifts demand dedication to fully bloom. Developing these gifts often requires guidance. This may come in the form of spiritual teachers, mentors, or even communities that share the same quest. These connections help the chosen to explore their abilities more deeply, avoid pitfalls such as ego or insecurity, and learn to use them in alignment with divine purpose. For example, someone with the gift of healing may need to learn techniques to channel energy effectively, while someone with the gift of leadership may need to cultivate communication and empathy skills. As these gifts become clearer, the chosen begins to understand that they are not merely for personal benefit. They exist to serve the collective, to uplift, heal, and inspire others. The altruistic use of these gifts is what sets them apart from ordinary talents. A spiritual gift only reaches its true power when used with intention and compassion, becoming an extension of divine love flowing through its bearer. This flourishing is also a test of humility. It is easy to be seduced by recognition or the sense of power that gifts can bring. But the true chosen one knows these gifts do not belong to them. They are sacred loans entrusted to them to be shared with the world. This understanding protects the chosen from falling into the trap of ego and keeps them aligned with their mission. When gifts are used in harmony with a greater purpose, they create an impact that goes beyond the immediate. They resonate, touching lives in ways that often cannot be seen or measured. A simple gesture, like a word of encouragement, a healing touch, or an inspired decision, can create waves of transformation that ripple far beyond the present moment. The flourishing of spiritual gifts is a reminder that every chosen one has a unique and irreplaceable role in the grand divine plan. By using these gifts with wisdom and love, the chosen not only fulfills their purpose but also becomes a source of light in a world that desperately needs it. The dance between destiny and free will is one of the most mysterious and fascinating realities of the journey of the chosen. On one hand, destiny seems to be a map laid out by higher forces, a framework guiding steps toward a greater purpose. On the other, free will is the brush in the hands of the chosen, allowing them to paint the canvas of their life with conscious and intentional choices. This interplay is not a paradox but a harmonious symphony between what is written in the stars and what is shaped by our hands. Destiny is not a rigid script but a potential that calls to be realized. It is like a river flowing toward the ocean, offering a natural direction while allowing for detours, curves, and even pauses along the way. Each chosen one carries within them a unique essence, a divine mark connecting them to a higher purpose. This purpose does not impose but invites. It waits to be discovered and freely chosen. Free will, on the other hand, is the power to shape this journey. Every decision made, no matter how small it seems, is like a brick in the construction of destiny. Conscious choices have the power to align the chosen one with their mission, while choices driven by fear, ego, or distraction can delay or divert that alignment. However, even detours and mistakes hold valuable lessons. Destiny does not punish. It redirects, using every experience as a means of growth. The responsibility of free will is immense. The chosen has the power to say yes or no to the call, to embrace or resist the opportunities that arise on their path. This freedom is a sacred gift but also a constant test. The ego often tries to assert its own will, seeking comfort, security, or recognition, while the call of destiny often demands courage, sacrifice, and the surrender of personal desires. Navigating these forces requires discernment, a skill that becomes more refined as the chosen progresses on their journey. Conscious choices are the bridge between destiny and free will. They arise from a place of inner connection, where intuition and divine wisdom can be heard. Every choice made with intention is an act of creation, a declaration of alignment with the greater purpose. Through these choices, the chosen discovers not only who they are but also who they are becoming. There are moments on the journey when everything seems to flow naturally, as if the universe is conspiring in their favor. These are moments of perfect alignment between destiny and free will, where individual and divine will walk in harmony. However, there are also moments of struggle, where choices feel heavy and the path ahead is unclear. These moments are not signs of failure but of growth. They are opportunities to strengthen faith, refine intention, and deepen commitment to the purpose. This dance between destiny and free will teaches the chosen that they are not alone on their journey. The divine is always present, offering guidance, support, and opportunities. But the divine also respects the freedom of the chosen, allowing them to explore, learn, and create their own path. It is this freedom that gives the journey its meaning, transforming it from merely following orders into a living partnership with the universe. By embracing this interplay, the chosen discovers that each step taken with intention brings them closer to their purpose. They learn to trust both the flow of destiny and the power of their choices. In this trust, they find peace, knowing they are exactly where they need to be, doing exactly what they need to do at the perfect pace for their growth and the greater good. The power of intuition is one of the most valuable gifts granted to the chosen, an inner compass that guides them in moments of uncertainty and connects them directly to divine wisdom. Intuition is not something that needs to be earned, it is already present, like a constant murmur in the background of consciousness. It is the silent voice of the divine, speaking in a language that transcends words and logic. To hear it, one must cultivate inner silence and trust, two qualities that grow stronger as the chosen advance on their journey. Intuition manifests in many forms. It may come as a gut feeling, an inexplicable sense that something is about to happen. It might arrive as a sudden insight, a burst of clarity that lights up the mind like sunlight breaking through clouds. Sometimes, it is a simple yes or no that resonates within the heart, guiding decisions both big and small. Regardless of its form, intuition is always a call to action or reflection, a message carrying the divine signature. Strengthening intuition is an ongoing process that requires practices to nurture the inner connection. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools for this. By quieting the mind and entering a state of presence, the chosen creates space for the intuitive voice to be heard. Regular contemplation also sharpens perception, allowing subtle signs of intuition to stand out amidst the noise of daily life. Additionally, trusting small intuitive nudges, like the urge to call someone or take a different route home, builds confidence in this inner voice. Intuition does not compete with logic, it complements it. While the rational mind works with facts and evidence, intuition accesses a broader dimension of wisdom, picking up on patterns and possibilities beyond the reach of linear reasoning. However, trusting intuition requires practice and discernment. The ego often disguises itself as intuition, offering answers that seem convenient or appealing but are misaligned with a higher purpose. The chosen must learn to distinguish between the calm, steady voice of intuition and the anxious urgencies of the ego. In critical moments, intuition becomes an indispensable guide. It helps the chosen navigate decisions that cannot be resolved through logic alone, steering them through complex and uncertain situations. Beyond this, intuition keeps them aligned with their spiritual mission, leading them to people, places, and experiences essential to fulfilling their purpose. It is like a guiding star, ever present even when the sky is overcast. Trusting intuition also deepens the chosen's connection with the divine. By acting on their inner guidance, they demonstrate faith in the greater wisdom that leads them. And, like all spiritual practices, the more intuition is used, the stronger it becomes. It creates a cycle of mutual growth, where each act of trust reinforces the bond with the divine and enhances the ability to hear and interpret intuition. Over time, intuition not only guides the chosen on their path but also helps them become a channel of guidance for others. Often, what the chosen intuitively sense or perceive can be exactly what someone around them needs to hear or experience. In this way, intuition is not merely a personal gift. It is a collective blessing that uplifts and connects. Trust this inner compass. Let it guide you in moments of doubt and celebrate the times it leads you to places and experiences you could never have imagined. For intuition is more than a tool. It is living proof that you are never alone, that the divine is always speaking, always guiding, always sustaining. The purpose of service lies at the heart of the chosen's journey. Serving is not merely an external act but an expression of inner alignment with the divine. It is the recognition that the light we receive is not meant to be kept but shared. Service connects the chosen to the world in a way that transcends ego and deepens the meaning of their existence. It is both a calling and a response, a sacred cycle that transforms both the giver and the receiver. For the chosen, service is more than grand achievements or leading crowds. It is the awareness that often the simplest gestures carry the deepest impact. A smile offered at the right moment, a word of encouragement, or an unexpected act of kindness. All these can illuminate someone's life in ways that cannot always be measured. These small actions create ripples that spread, touching lives beyond what we can imagine. But service goes beyond doing, it is also about being. The presence of the chosen, when aligned with love and compassion, is itself an act of service. Being present to listen, support, or simply hold space for others to be themselves. These forms of service are as powerful as any visible action. The chosen understands that their own journey of spiritual growth is, ultimately, a contribution to the collective, as each personal transformation reverberates into the world around them. However, service is not without its challenges. It often requires the chosen to prioritize the needs of others over their own, without expecting recognition or reward. This selflessness demands humility, as the ego often craves credit and validation. True service, however, is motivated by love and the desire to contribute to the greater good, not by the desire for applause. Practicing this altruism purifies the heart and strengthens the connection with the divine. Serving also teaches profound lessons to the chosen. By opening themselves to the needs of others, they become more aware of their own limitations, strengths, and areas for growth. They learn that service is not a one-sided act but an exchange. Those who serve also receive, whether in the form of gratitude, lessons, or the simple knowledge that they made a difference. As the chosen engages in their mission of service, they realize that this practice keeps them aligned with their higher purpose. It is through service that their spiritual gifts find full expression, their intuition gains clarity, and their connection with the divine deepens. Service is not a burden but a source of joy and fulfillment. It is the answer to the silent call that once awakened in their heart. Moreover, service transforms both the external world and the inner world of the chosen. They become catalysts for healing, beacons of hope, and living examples of what it means to live aligned with divine purpose. By doing so, they inspire others to follow their own path of service, creating a continuous ripple of positive impact. The purpose of service is not only to change the world but also to transform the chosen. It is a constant reminder that we are all part of something greater, connected by invisible bonds of love and compassion. Through service, the chosen becomes a living expression of the divine, a bridge between heaven and earth.